So welcome back, Talking After Dark family, to part two of Kings and Queens. So the reason why it's going to be a huge problem is because you're not getting who you thought you were getting. You were buying into or beginning to like or have feelings or interest towards the person that you thought you knew based on what you were seeing and what you were hearing, but come to find out that it was all just a lie. It was all just a pretension. The representative showed up and hung around a little too long and allowed you to think that you were getting what you thought you were getting. You would think that at this age in life that people have done all of that they need to do, and that they can afford now to be serious about life and about living and about pursuing relationships, that you don't have to lead people on. You don't have to run amok or run astray with people. You can actually be forthright with your words, your conversations, your feelings, your interests, and all those other things, because it's so easy. It's so easy to just tell people where you are, tell them how you feel, and more importantly, show them who you are. And love and commitment and all those other things are action words. Those are words that are seen in your actions and not so much demonstrated in the very words that you choose to use. Nobody, and absolutely nobody, wants to be led astray. The reason why we're here in the first place in Talking After Dark is because we've all had similar experiences with relationships that have run amok, that have led us astray, and that have caused us to be in hurtful situations and in our feelings and all those kind of things that make us think that we don't want to go on, we don't want to move on, that we don't want to try this again because we've been through it enough. We've seen what this looked like, and we just don't want that. But I can tell you, man, that life is truly for the living. It's true that things sometimes happen, and life does happen, and things don't always work out the way we want them to. But as long as there's breath in our body, I will tell you that we should never give up. If it means we have to do this 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, whatever that looks like, as long as there's breath in your body, you should be willing to try to find that right relationship. You should be willing to reach out and seek out that person that God has set aside just for you. It may take some doing, it may take some going through, but each and every time that you have to experience this, and hope those times are limited. However, whatever those times are, we have to be willing to allow ourselves to receive God's very best, to do what we need to do to be in the place where we want to be. We should not be subjected to being alone, if that's not really what we want, just because we're afraid that we might get hurt. Well, we might fall out of a chair. We might have a car accident in our vehicle. The sun might fall out of the sky. There's a whole lot of might. There's always a might that could happen. There's always a possibility that the negative could happen. But let's not see it that way. Let's think about it another way. Let's choose to think about the positive side of things, that things can work, could work, and might work if we lend ourselves to them, if we allow ourselves to be available and open. But as I said earlier, we have to continue to learn from these processes. We have to continue to learn each and every time we're in these relationships, so that as we go forward, we learn to do things differently. We learn to see the signs and the signals that we need to see early enough on, so that we can make choice decisions about whether or not it's a good fit for us, whether or not it's a place where we need to stay, whether or not it's something that we want to do or invest our time and energies in. At the end of the day, it's all about the individual. No matter what a person brings to the table, no matter what they're talking about, no matter what they're saying, no matter what they're doing, it has to line up with what you want. It has to be about what you want. It has to be about where you are and what you're ready for. We worry so much about whether or not we can trust someone. I don't know if I could trust men. I don't know if I could trust women. You don't need to. I promise you don't. It's a very simple fix to that. Trust yourself. Trust yourself to give to yourself, to allow in your life, to allow in your space that which is conducive for what you want to do, a lifestyle that you want to live. If you find interest in someone and that someone brings and puts on the table something that doesn't smell good to you, something that doesn't look good to you, you do not need that person to tell you what it smells like or what it tastes like. You should know that for yourself. And if it's not what you want, dismiss yourself. Don't allow yourself to be dismissed by them or to be used or abused by them or whatever else those things might be. You do what you need to do for you. And if you remember to take care of yourself and remember that the life that you live is all about you until you're ready to commit to someone else, at that point, then it becomes a decision-making process where you have made the decision to share your thoughts, your beliefs, your energies along with someone else's. But until you find that space, that person, that place that you want to be where you are ready to make that total commitment, and that's where you are, your life is about you. Do whatever it is you need to do for you. That way, you never have to allow yourself or subject yourself to what someone else is doing or not doing, or whether or not they are right. You know these things already. When you see what you don't want to see, stop it. When they do what you don't want them to do, stop it. You are in total control of what energies you invest in, what people you give your time to, your energy to. And when those things don't look right for you, then be smart enough for yourself to do what you need to do. But don't give up on life. Don't give up on living because you're so concerned about what people are going to do or what people might do. The only thing in life that we are guaranteed is the very moment that we have right now. Just this moment. Because the next moment is not promised to us. But this moment right here, it is yours because you have it. So continue to live your life knowing that we live in the moment and that you cannot just sit around and wait around, dating the wrong people, spending the time with the wrong people, doing things that you know are not conducive for the environment that you want to be in. Remember, God has given life to you and given it to you abundantly for you to do with it abundantly what you want to do, what works for you. This is all about you, all about you. So remember that in this dating game, date wisely, date smartly, make right choices and right decisions about yourself or what's good for you. You know, treat those people like they want to be treated, like the kings and the queens that they are. You know, respect them, respect their time, respect their energies, respect their interest in you. And if you're not serious about them or whatever, wherever you are, be fair enough, be honest enough to tell those people where you are, what you're looking for, what you want, and what that looks like for you. Because there is someone out there for you. There is someone out there for each of us. But sometimes it takes time to find it. That's why we have to trust God and trust his processes to allow ourselves to be led by him and not by ourselves and making a lot of wrong choices or wrong decisions. You know, just lend your energies and times over to God and follow that process and let him lead and guide you where you need to be. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your ear. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and also remember to comment. God bless you. God keep you. And remember, you don't have to be alone if you don't want to. There is someone out there for you. You just got to find them.